Mum was raised in a back house in Little King Street, Hockley, an inner city working class area of Birmingham, as I'm sure many of you know. The family was poor. Indeed, her late brother Len thought that they were the poorest family in the street, and Mum often spoke about holding her dad Percy's hand while he literally walked the streets, more or less begging for work. This was, of course, the 1930s, when finding work was so difficult. As a keen writer, Mum actually, she wrote quite a lot, actually, in particular, she recorded a story of a childhood. So Chris and I just really want to refer to what Mum said, what better way to remember than to quote the great lady herself. So, and of course, these childhood experiences turned her into the kindly, loving, and intelligent woman that we all knew. So she tells us that the family home, though full of love, was cramped and not very hygienic. Pest control was visited regularly to fumigate the bugs and lice, and the living room also serves a kitchen, bathroom, and a workshop. And often a line of washing was drying overnight over the hearth, ready for use the next day. And actually, it was no surprise that her younger sister Iris was badly scalded by a kettle of water when she was a baby in these cramped conditions. Facilities were communal, the laundry or brewers, as she called it, and the rubbish bins or miskins, and the lavatories, grandly referred to by her dad Percy as the water closet. All these were in the shared outdoor courtyard area, and there was a tin bath hanging on the wall outside the house, which was pretty common. And I have to say that charity for food and clothes, feedback, was a necessity from kindly Father Joseph at the local church, better off family members, neighbours, and I hate to say it, but she also had free links from the Daily Mail, which she refers to in her notes. And all those were stamped so that you couldn't take them to the pawnbroker, apparently. Means testing meant that, frankly, not very luxurious items, such as blankets and gramophones, had to be hidden in the coal cellar if official-looking strangers loitered in the area. One made it clear that the family often just had to use coats rather than blankets on their beds. Some of us would describe that as class warfare, but that's not a bit controversial. But to be absolutely clear, at no point does Mum present herself as a victim in her writing. She's just describing the world she grew up in, and her working class community was nothing if not highly resourceful in finding cheap food and fuel and ways to supplement income and recycling clothes. Mum says her pinafore covered a multitude of patches, and Dad Percy used a capstan lathe belt to repair the soles of shoes. And certainly there was some fun to be had as well. The kilted pipers used to come down the street on a Sunday morning, obviously playing the bagpipes, and Mum mentions dancing to the music of the barrel organ in the street, and the neighbours' wireless. The latter required Mum to pump up the accumulator, whatever that was, on a Saturday morning, and she also refers to any number of street games that she played with her little gang of friends. But then in 1939, the summer, the story changed. Mum, the family moved from Hockley out to the fields of Yardley Wood. My brother was just explaining this morning, actually, this wasn't just slum clearance, it was also because of the war, war clouds were gathering. So it's for the safety of people as well. No doubt of the areas that might be bombed.
All people from the Tesco's trolley board to family, children, her adored grandchildren and great-grandchildren. But most of all, she loved Dad and Andy. And Andy repaid that love by caring for her as he had with Dad with loving kindness. He doesn't want me to go on, so I won't. But I must acknowledge the debt that as a family we owe him, even as I acknowledge that to Andy, that care wasn't a burden, it was a love and duty. It was an act of love. Thank you, Andrew. Now, Mum's own words. My dad thought that as the eldest girl I should be let into a secret. I was going to be allowed a day off school to go with him to see a new house, which we may be going to live in. A very long bus ride the next day took us to an area called Yardley Wood. Yardley Wood. The very name held magic. The house was something else. Oh, the beauty of it. I'll never forget my first sighting, ever. To reach the house, my dad walked me through a park with ducks on the water and boats. Paradise. Round the pond and out the other side, where even more wonders were to be seen. Cows in the field with a stream running through it. This wonderment could not go on, but it did. Out of the gate, up a hill, round the corner, and there it stood. This could be our house. I'd never seen anything like this before. What did the inside matter when the outside was so lovely? Gardens back and front, roses everywhere, even round the front door and the back gate leading to the rear garden. Please, oh please, Dad, let me name it, I asked. Wasn't Pixie Glen just the perfect name for such a place? A magical place. I could just picture the look on the rest of the family's faces on seeing this, their new home, the only new Hockley. I think a certain little girl has something to tell us, said my teacher the next day. I think if I had not been able to tell someone, I would have exploded. I didn't realise, of course, that a lot of families in this district would, in the very near future, find themselves in exactly the same position once the massive slum clearance got underway. Would it have made any difference had I known? Of course not. This was happening to me. The day of moving arrived. A huge truck, much too big for what little furniture we had, arrived at the bottom of the entry. Me and my dad travelled ahead of the family to Yardley Wood. After all, I was the eldest girl. Fancy. Your own front gate to sit and swing on, quickly to become a favourite perch of mine. What better way to watch the world go by than swinging on your own front gate? The truck arrived with freshly fumigated furniture. Fumigated from bugs and other weird creepy crawlies that multiply in slum conditions. What? You don't know what house bugs are? They're nasty little black things that invade your home when you're fast asleep in bed. You know they've paid a visit. The evidence is there. The red blobs and bites that have appeared from nowhere on waking next morning. I will always see my dear Dad's face when he first saw a most beautiful red rose bush in the front garden in full view of the front window. He would sit and look at that flower by the hour. And walking through that front door, what sheer luxury was waiting for us all. I knew what was there. I'd seen it with my dad, but no one else had. For one thing, there was a kitchen with a stove in, a big cupboard hole to hide things in, a coal cupboard, no more up and down the cellar steps, a white sink, really white, not brown. It didn't stop there. A lavatory right outside the back door. Our own. No more sharing. No running up the yard in all weather, hoping no one had got there before you. No attic, but 3 big bedrooms. How grand. At this stage I was to go to Yardley Wood School.